Before COVID-19, over 1 billion children every year experienced violence.
We know from other health emergencies that when families are forced into lockdown, when people are incredibly stressed, when there's huge financial pressure in families, the chances of hitting the children in your home, they all go up.
And then when the pandemic happened, all of those risks increased dramatically.
And suddenly that went from being a few thousand people to being pretty much every family in the world. And I called Jamie and said, we've got to do something. And then we called all our colleagues and friends in the World Health Organization and UNICEF and USAID. Within 5 hours, we had a plan. Within 10 days, we had a project.
We started off with these 6 tip sheets, basically A4s, that distilled kind of the core components of evidence-based parenting interventions. Things like one-on-one time with your child, or managing difficult behavior, keeping calm, and managing anger. And when we shared them with partners, they were like, can we take these and make them into a radio program? Can we take these and make them into these animations? They were then aired on national TV in Kazakhstan. So it was really up to the people that we were collaborating with to have that kind of creativity. But then that in turn gave us some ideas. Can we make these tip sheets into an automated chatbot? Can we put them into a song? And so these are some of the innovations that happened in collaboration with our partners.
When everything feels like it's falling apart and you can't help but raise your voice. When all the frustrations are beginning to start, remember that you have a choice. Let's slow down.
It's reached almost 196 million families around the world and has been translated into more than 100 languages and various local dialects.
When we reached 100, we had to move to another website supplier because we reached the cap of number of pages.
It has been about how do we translate the academically researched programs and then convert them into more simple and most relevant programs that can be used by communities so that they can be empowered to be able to solve their problems.
Because it was based on all of this evidence, we were able to get a large number of interagency institutions like UNICEF, the World Health Organization, the Center for Disease Control, to sign on.
When you have these kind of major respected players all saying, we're behind this has evidence of effectiveness, I think it gave people the confidence to feel that this was something that was going to be helpful. I had set up a website in 4 hours. Isang got on the phone with colleagues across Africa and faith-based organizations.
When we finally had meetings with the local NGOs and the community volunteers, and we showed them what we had, they were very enthusiastic about the parenting tip sheets, and they were eager to take this up and share in their communities.
And the ESRC IAA funding was really fundamental because it allowed us to turn randomized controlled trial evidence of these programs into policy engagement. It allowed us to build these networks and partnerships with stakeholders that were the building blocks of what we were able to do.
We did an evaluation study looking at the impacts, but also the reach of the resources. Overall, above 75% of them reported that the tip sheets helped them reduce physical and emotional violence, helped them feel more confident about talking about protecting children from sexual abuse. They also helped them spend more time with their children, reduced their stress levels, and increased the amount of playful and engaging interaction with their children.
Another organization called Viva reached more than 10,000 families in 16 countries, including India, through this program. Another organization called the Gabriel Project, which is an NGO focusing on promoting holistic development and empowerment for marginalized communities, reached approximately 2,000 parents who live in remote locations with these resources.
We would not have been able to do this whole project and have this level of impact if it hadn't been for collaboration.
The programs that we're delivering are actually programs that are making a difference in the people's lives.
Everyone was you can feel that they're so committed to this. And it's a great pleasure to work with people who are as much as committed as you are.
Fundamentally, we believe that every parent everywhere deserves access to relatable, evidence-based, playful parenting resources.
We know that this resource is really to help families and make a great difference.
What we have to do now is to make sure that we can develop parenting support that is effective and is going to be able to reach parents and families in the long term.